Hi there, it's Deirdre here. Just popping in today to let you know that we have a new moon in Gemini today. So this is going to be particularly significant because the new moon in Gemini will be joining the Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, and Jupiter in Gemini. So there's an abundance of Gemini energy out there at the moment in the middle of Gemini season, which will be keeping us all very busy because Gemini energy likes to always be on the go, always be communicating, always have things happening, you know, jack of all trades and the master of none, all of that sort of energy going on for us at the moment. So what this will give us is wonderful opportunities to meet new people, to come up with new ideas, to go places we haven't been before, and to really explore the world outside of ourselves. There's only Pluto in retrograde at the moment, so there's not a lot of retrograde energy sort of encouraging us to go within and be quiet and look at where we're going and reassess things. This is more about taking action. So with the Sun in Gemini, we've got lots of focus on communicating and putting ourselves out there, on getting busy and getting things done. And what you can find with Gemini energy, though, is because it's so what's the word? It loves variety. It loves to be stimulated at all times. So that means that what we can do when we're under a lot of pressure from Gemini energy is we can load ourselves up way too high with all of things that we need to do, things that we'd like to do, things that we want to be involved in. And, we can only do so much. So it's a good, just keep yourself in check a little bit because you'll be presented with lots of opportunities to go places and meet people and do things, but you can't do everything. So be discerning about where you want to put your energy and what you want to achieve during Gemini time. So I would sort of use Gemini season as a time to explore, look at different things, but not maybe commit to too much. Just wait until the Gemini energy is over, and then you'll have a better idea about what's sustainable, what might have just been a passing fantasy or a passing idea that sounded neat at the time or really great and had good potential, but when you've actually given it another few days to think about or a bit of time to go over, you'll realize that this isn't actually going to work for you in whatever way. So it's a great time to be aware of everything that's out there, but not maybe to take on everything that's presented to you. So the new moon today in Gemini, so moons, of course, represent our emotions. So when the moon's in Gemini, we can be a little bit fickle with our emotions. We can kind of want to be emotionally attached to everything and be involved in everything. So it's a good time to, once again, be aware, be discerning about where you want to give your energy and what you want to do with it. And with Mercury in Gemini, well, Mercury rules Gemini. So when he's in Gemini, he's at home, and so he's super powerful. So Mercury in Gemini, of course, is all about communication even more. And so one of the things to be very aware of with Mercury in Gemini, one of the downsides, challenges of Gemini energy is that, you've got such busy minds. It's a very busy, busy time mentally. And so what can happen in situations like that is you can have something going on and you don't have all the information to hand. And so with that Gemini energy, what you're very able to do is invent that missing piece of information. And sort of, because it's like having a jigsaw puzzle, you can see a piece that almost fits. So if I push it hard enough and wiggle it enough, it will fit. But what we do when we go down that road is we're not actually always dealing with the truth. We're fitting things in that sound good, that might work, that almost work or almost tick the box, but they're not the actual truth of the situation. So be very aware while we're under Gemini season of analysing and looking into everything, because it's be quite easy for you to have the wool pulled over your eyes or to see things as they aren't, or have a perspective that isn't actually based on reality. So always going back to your facts and your figures. With Gemini energy, it loves to embellish, it loves to make things sound more exciting, more entertaining than they are. And that's a great way to be, as long as we stick to the facts and keep it real. So we've also got Venus in Gemini. So Venus being the planet of love and beauty and money, while she's in Gemini, it's all about being able to communicate our feelings. So, if there's someone you want to talk to, someone that you want to get off your chest, or someone you want to tell you love, or have a meaningful conversation with, when you've got Venus in Gemini, it will encourage you to be able to do that. You'll have the charm and the right words to say at the right time that will fit in and allow you to have those conversations that might have felt uncomfortable or not ideal at any other time. This is the time to take on those conversations and make them work for you. And finally, we have Jupiter in Gemini. So Jupiter will be in Gemini for 12 to 13 months. So he's here until May or June next year. So this is a long transit for him. So Jupiter, of course, expands on everything that he touches. So while he's in Gemini alongside all the other planets there's a lot going on, and he's expanding on all of that. So he's making us busier than we perhaps need to be, and more aware of everything going on around us than we need to be, and more open to communication and discussing things than we are usually. So this is all very good energy to work with. And Jupiter will also allow you to see, where you can put your energy, in the sense of You know, Gemini people in general are very good at trying new things. You know, they don't hold themselves back from new experiences or learning something new. So Jupiter's going to expand on that as well. So making this a great time for you to expand on any knowledge that you have. So if there's something you've been looking into or studying or working on, this is a good time to bring more information in, to look, you know, cast your net wide and see what other bits of information or people or whatever you might need that's out there that can help you to develop whatever you're working on. So don't be afraid to reach out and talk to people and ask for that help. You know, one thing with communication is we have to understand that asking for help or asking for advice or asking for input is how we learn. And we should never be ashamed of needing to ask a question or needing to ask for help. So I think with this, all of this Gemini energy, if there's also things in your life that you've felt a little bit uncomfortable asking for help or needing an explanation for, or anything along those lines, now is the time to do that, because you'll get the answer that you need. It will allow you to move forward because you'll have the knowledge that's been holding you back. And then you can start moving again, start making things happen in your life. So enjoy this crazy Gemini season. Get out there and socialize. That's what it's all about. And have lots of fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.